So let's continue on the mental challenges then, Josh.
So my head was a shed, big time.
Yeah.
I could have quite easily gone down that black hole of, you know, that spiraling black hole where you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been quite easy to do that, but I didn't want to. I definitely didn't want to go down that hole. I had my days, don't get me wrong, days where I just cried and cried, where I felt like taking my life because there were no in my eyes, there were no in my future.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be this good.
Yeah.
At the moment, it was just here and now, especially when I was stuck in a bed all day long and everyone was out working. And it happened in July, so it was decent summer.
Yeah.
And everyone's out, you know, it was hot and I'm stuck in a bed and everyone's working and I'm alone, and I really could have gone down that road.
Yeah, mate.
But I decided not to. I decided no chance.
Yeah.
No, this is not happening. And it became, I think that's why I became so determined.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to step backwards. I wanted to keep stepping forwards more and more and more, and pushing myself. Not pushing myself to I can't get the words out. Not pushing myself. Brain freeze. I wanted to push myself to prove to myself how far I could get.
Yeah.
That was it. Not to show off to anyone. Not to be like, oh, I'm this and I'm that. I wanted to be better today than I was yesterday.
That's amazing, mate. Yeah.
That's it. And yeah, I pushed a bit too hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes my stump were blistered and bleeding and everything else.
Right.
But it was like, they're the little things, they're little prices to pay.
Yeah.
To get to where I need to be.
Yeah.
And I'm still not there yet.
No.
I'm only 10% in my journey.
Yeah. You're doing amazing, aren't you? Because you've had to work really hard for the bottom.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I had to really bust my balls for that.
Yeah.
And even that, they kind of make you feel like you're not worthy of one. Right. That's how they make you feel.
Okay. So
you've got to prove. I mean, it's a massive outlay for NHS.
Yeah.
For them to prescribe that to me, and then me turn around and say, I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a massive outlay, because once that money's been prescribed to you, they can't then just unprescribe it.
And how much did you get a figure on that?
These NHS pay about 22.5 grand.
Yeah.
Privately it's about 60 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the socket. And then there's the liner. The liner itself's 400 quid.
Is it?
Yeah, just for the liner.
No way.
So then you have your socket, and then the rest of the hardware and the foot, everything else, it all adds up. That's why you've got to work for it.
Yeah.
Massive cost. So they made you feel like you weren't worthy. Yeah. So I had to bust my balls to prove I was worthy. They knew personally I were ready, and you know, I were ready to go to this level. Physically, my stump just wasn't ready yet.
Right.
And not only that, they have to do everything by the book.
Yeah.
And them doing it by the book, they kind of make you feel like you don't have a freaking clue what you're on about. That was a big mental challenge.
Yeah.
Constantly reassuring yourself that you have got it, you are going to do it, and you're going to prove to them that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
That was challenging, that, because you know, you'd go to prosthetic meetings and you'd go in there all G'd up and ready, and you'd leave exhausted, feeling I've got nowhere.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Bloody 3-4 weeks in, and they're still having me just do little tiny baby steps in a bar instead of teaching me something new, instead of progressing me.
Yeah.
They was holding me back all the time. That was frustrating.
Yeah.
That was so frustrating. So what I used to do is I did more at home in 20 minutes than they'd teach me in a month.
Right. Okay.
They didn't like it.
No.
But obviously they couldn't stop me.
Yeah. But that's what it's got to you. That's how you got here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the determination.
Yeah.
And I'd go back to them the week after and say, look what I've learned.
Yeah.
And I'd show them, and they'd just turn a blind eye to it because they didn't want to see that they had to do everything by the book.
Yeah.
That was frustrating. So that took a toll.
Yeah.
But I'm at that stage now where I can go to prosthetics, and my prosthetist, she will listen to what I want to say to her, because she knows I've done the research. She knows how determined I am with it all, and she will literally take in what I've said and go away with that, rather than her saying, "Oh, we're going to do this, we'll do this, we'll do that." She takes in what I've said to her now, which I think is fantastic. I think we're on that level now where she understands what I'm about.
What's her name?
Karen.
We've got a good relationship.
Fantastic. Yeah, she's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Amazing.